Strong humans, how's it going? Now, in this video, I'm going to talk about two things, and the first thing, I'm just going to get directly into it. The impact of your facial expression when doing different types of exercise or different types of skills. Now, I first learned about this, or started thinking about this in 2013 when I read on Kelly Starrett's Becoming a Supple Leopard. And just follow me here for a little bit, because if you can make this change to the way you react and the way your face is when it comes to exercise, soft tissue work, different things you're learning, I believe that it's going to help you get the hang of these, whatever you're trying to get the hang of, faster, more efficiently, and it's going to allow you not to feel as stressed from training session to training session. Now back to what I was mentioning, and also to the left of this, you're going to see some of my juggling practice from this morning. You're going to see me drop the ball a lot because I'm doing some left hand work, trying to have the capacity of the left side of my body be as fluid and coordinated as the right side of my body when doing this type of movement. Now, Kelly, on Becoming a Supple Leopard, which is a book about soft tissue, Kelly mentioned that when doing soft tissue work, right, people have a tendency when they tap into tissues, they grimace and they're going through it and they hold their breath. And the problem is that when you grimace, when your face does this, what tends to happen is your facial expression informs your body on the actions that you're taking. So your body now realizes, hey, this is stressful, okay? So then what tends to happen is a cascade of effects. You start to hold your breath a little bit more. You start to have a little bit more muscle tension than you need to have when doing certain things. And then another cascade of effect is that session will be more stressful than it needed to be. You'll see this a lot in fitness ads when guys are lifting something heavy. They'll go up to it. Right? They'll have all this going on because it looks extreme and it looks difficult. And there's something even somewhat motivating of seeing somebody struggle when it comes to something. But what I want to encourage you to do is, instead of, even if something is difficult or even if something is frustrating, relax your face. I made a video about this a long time ago on my channel, and it still plays a role. When I do jiu-jitsu, my professor Cassio says I look like I'm sleeping. He's made that comment to me before because my face is totally relaxed. And at this point, it's not even that I'm trying to keep my face relaxed. I just have a very relaxed composure when I grapple with people. And that relaxation actually allows the movements to flow out of me much smoother than if I were, and I was doing all this stuff with my face. When you'll see me failing, juggling on the left side of the screen, you see me drop the ball a lot, but you see that my reaction is laughter, smiling, or sometimes no reaction at all. But what I don't allow myself to do is I've pretty much gotten rid of the reaction of struggle, stress. Because again, that informs my nervous system, that informs my body, that stops me from being able to relax into what I'm trying to do. And even when lifting heavy weights, there's an amount of tension that you need, but there's also, you don't want to have more tension than necessary. Which is why, again, I would highly suggest when going about your practice, whether it be your cardiovascular stuff, some of the stuff you're doing with weights, some of the stuff you might be doing with rope flow and movement, if the rope hits your face or you drop the ball when you juggle, don't beat yourself up about it, but instead, smile. An interesting thing, we had Boss Rutan on the podcast, and Boss mentioned that
was always afraid of getting tired, but then somehow I wired myself in such a way that I started enjoying getting tired. I just brainwashed myself because I figured I'm going to have to get tired. So if I'm afraid of it, it's not a good thing. So I start constantly, when I got tired, I want more tired. I love this. I love this. I just started doing that. And what do you know? Within weeks, suddenly I needed it. It was almost like if I wouldn't shout it, I wouldn't get the effects of it. So, and then suddenly I became addicted to getting tired. And that's a good thing to have once you start fighting, because then, I had to literally slow myself down at times because I would train too much and I would overtrain myself. So I had to watch out for that.
During his hardest cardio sessions, when things would get tough, Boss would make himself laugh. because he felt that as he would make himself smile and laugh in the face of just just massive levels of discomfort when he was doing his hard cardio, it would actually make it feel easier. It would actually make it easier to accomplish because of his demeanor when doing the practice. When you watch high-level sprinters sprint, sometimes you'll see sprinters that are struggling. But when you watch some of the greats, when you watch a Usain, when you watch a Safa Powell, when you watch a lot of these people sprint, you look at their face, it's this dead face. It's almost a face that's just all the tension is running through. You can see it moving and bouncing as they move through space because they're not holding excess tension up here, which helps them not hold excess tension in their body. Even though the activity that they're doing has a lot of global tension when they're producing high amounts of force sprinting through space at world-class speeds. So another example is like a Roger Federer. I'm going to be talking about Roger in the breathing video that's coming to the main channel, but Roger Federer is somebody who you'll always see, he always looks like the most composed guy on the court. No matter who he's going against, his breathing is composed. A lot of times his breathing is nasal, and his face is always relaxed, composed. Yeah? So I want you to take that with you into all of the movement that you do, because I believe it's going to make a very, very big difference for you. And you know what? I'm not even going to go on about the second idea here in terms of low stimulus inputs. There's an idea that I see so much within strength conditioning because, for example, juggling doesn't beat you up. It doesn't take a lot out of you. Rope flow doesn't beat you up. Doesn't take a lot out of you. But there's this idea of low stimulus inputs do not yield high stimulus outputs. And I actually massively disagree with that statement. The reason why I disagree with that statement is because when a low stimulus input can improve your coordination, your reaction time, when a low stimulus input can actually help your body feel better because of some of the, like rope flow, has decompressive effects, gives coordination of both sides of the body, can potentially help you get rid of certain pain that you've been having from something you've been doing. So many people in the Stronger Human community on school, the Rope Flow Foundations course there is free. So many people have gotten rid of so much back pain, discomfort, etc., and have now energy to do more things because of the practice. That is a high stimulus output. That is helping you do more high stimulus work more frequently and more efficiently. So that was another thing I was going to talk about, but I'm not going to talk about that in this video. I'll hit that on another video. But the main thing I want to share with you in this video is relax your face. And one last thing I'm going to share with you is actually something from the Book of Five Rings by Miyamoto Musashi. And Musashi in that book, he mentioned the idea of when he was fighting opponents, he would mention don't have a wrinkle in your brow. And when you think about having a wrinkle in your brow, you think about concentration. Wrinkle in the brow. But when you don't have a wrinkle in your brow, your face is relaxed. You're calm. You're composed. You're able to take in all of the stimulus that's coming your way. And even for myself, when I'm relaxed, I find it much easier to just like focus on the task of juggling, even though I'm dropping the ball a lot right now. I'm going to keep this in. But keeping the face relaxed just allows me to kind of pay attention to more things that are going around me, and it allows me to better reach a flow. So I want to share that idea with you, and I want you to take it with you into all of the movement practices you do. Relax your face. It'll allow you to better take in what's going on around you, and it'll allow you to better learn what you're doing, and it'll allow you to not have as much stress with what you're doing. October-November challenge is going on right now in the Stronger Human community, so if you want to take part, giving away multiple $100 gift cards over at the Stronger Human store. You might be seeing this video, but there is going to be some Black Friday deals at the Stronger Human soon. And all courses are over on the school community, and all the equipment I use. At some point, these weighted juggling balls are going to be coming to the website. This one's 550 grams, but I have some that are like 900 grams, etc. Because when doing some of this stuff, I like working with a bit extra weight versus like this is a very light ball, but when you work with heavier balls, like this is 800 grams, it kind of forces you to, it forces you to include more of your body in the practice, and it also kind of turns into a little bit of a strength practice. Anyway, I'll talk more about this soon. I hope you guys are enjoying your day. If you enjoy these videos, maybe subscribe to the channel. Talk to you guys soon.